Chris, I have a bucket list of things I want to do. What about you? Do you have a bucket list?
No, I'm trying to take care of it.
Maybe as you get older, that bucket list starts to become more important to you. But one of the things on my bucket list is I'm going to learn to play the guitar sometime. Okay. So I played for a very short time in my life, but really I'm pretty ignorant about a guitar and what it's made of and what I'm going to look for. So I'm going to come into your store and I'm going to say, Chris, help me out. I'm a beginner. What do I need to look at for a guitar?
Okay, yeah, and if you come in, you don't know anything, that's great. We want to teach you and answer any questions you have. Okay. But a better guitar is going to have solid woods. Mainly on the top is going to be the biggest area where it's going to make the difference.
Is that because of sound that makes the difference?
Exactly. So if you think about it, you have a laminated wood that can't vibrate as much because it's, you have glue in there, you have 3 pieces, it won't wiggle very much. If you get a solid piece of wood, it can vibrate a lot more. Okay. This Guild is a little bit nicer guitar, so it's going to use a solid spruce top. It's going to have a little bit richer tone to it. Yep, good sounding guitar. And as you get higher and higher up into the the nicer instruments, the better quality guitars, you get things like bone on this nut, bone on the saddle, instead of plastic. And they actually they hand shape them to make sure it's going to be fit to this specific instrument, because each instrument has its own character and its own sound. So you want to actually get everything shaped to specifically fit this guitar.
So each instrument has its own characteristic. Each instrument, even though it's made by the same manufacturer, it's going to have a different sound, a different quality to it.
It is, because each tree is different that it's came from, and then when they're manufactured, you're not going to make it exactly the same every time. They're going to differ a little bit. So you will see how they play different even within the same models. Each guitar has its different characteristics, and one may sound better to you than another. Okay. So it's all about playing them, trying them, or having us playing them for you and see what you think is best.
Well, it seems to me like that besides the quality of the instrument and those other things that you told me about, it also needs to fit your size, the size of your hand, the size of your body, your arm.
Yep, it does. And we have, a few instruments here that are smaller. Okay. You got a young kid starting out, you don't want to give him this jumbo size guitar. Right. That would be not a good fit for him to start out. He'd have a hard time getting his arm around it and so forth. But if we get a little guitar like this, a little 3/4 size, okay. That would be a lot easier for him to play. Put your hand around it, be able to reach up here. So those very important things to look for.
That makes sense to me. It seems like there's probably, and I could be wrong, but there's probably people out there that think, I can just buy something off the internet. I can educate myself that way and read about it. But it really is so much more helpful to come and talk to you in person. You're a guitarist. That's your first love instrument, I believe, and you can really educate somebody in a short amount of time and help you make a purchase that is smart.
Yeah, you definitely want an instrument that's going to play well. You don't want to be holding somebody back because the instrument's something that's not able to play right. So I'm going to be able to give you the right tips to find a guitar, and we can still get something inexpensive that's going to work and be a good beginning instrument for you.
Well, you also got people that are coming in that are really good musicians too, and you also service their needs as well.
Yep, exactly. We have a lot of different lines of guitars. The Guild, the Fenders, a new line which is our Teton guitars, which we've been doing for about 2 years now, and they have just taken off big time for what the quality you can get with these guitars.
So why is that? If it's a brand that's only been around for a couple of years and it's already been a great seller, why is that?
It's because each model has at least a solid piece of wood on the top. There's some that have all solid all the way around the guitar, but the sound that you're getting from these and the components that are on these guitars are what you would see in instruments, twice, 3 times the value. So this instrument, we have again a solid bone saddle here as well as a bone nut, solid spruce top, and it's just going to have a rich tonality to it. That this is a $300 guitar, and to compare that to some other manufacturers, you're spending $600 to get to this kind of guitar. So
this is a great value for your money.
It is. It's a fantastic value and a great instrument for somebody for life. It's one of those type of instruments where it's the upgrade and you still are at an inexpensive price to get into it. So they're really nice.
That's great to know. And there's other things that you do besides just help educate people or help musicians in the Valley with their needs. You also take care of the instrument and make sure you replace strings for them. You can show people how to take good care of the instrument so it's going to last.
Yep, exactly. I mean, guitars, change over time and with weather changes as well.
Right. So
you have the strings that will become higher and lower off the fretboard, and they need to be adjusted so you can play it right, so it doesn't buzz and it sounds good. These are things with any instrument that need to be adjusted, and we do it for free forever.
Great.
So we always want to make sure that guitar we sell you is going to be great all the time.
Awesome. It's so great to know. KSM Means Music. Also, there's a sign out front that says, "We love you to come in and ask questions," because you guys know what you're talking about, and that is something you cannot put a price on, in my opinion.
Yep, we want to find the right thing for you, and any questions you have, please come in and we'll answer them for you.
It's a great store every time I come in here that's filled with people that are playing instruments, having a good time talking to the staff. You guys do a great job. Thank you so much, Chris.